Every so often, a new game comes along that takes a popular genre and puts its own spin on things. The Cycle Frontier, currently heading into its second free-to-play beta, is that exact game. So, what is it? Well, the simplest way to explain it is just, well, it's Escape from Tarkov, but in space. And now, whilst that does kinda set the scene, it's actually a whole lot more than that. You see, Escape from Tarkov is a genre-defining game that's been gaining traction ever since its first beta release. It's basically carved out its own survival looter-shooter genre. If you haven't played Tarkov before, then let me simplify the gameplay loop in this genre for you. Step 1, buy or trade for gear to make a loadout. Step 2, head out into an open world to scavenge for loot whilst other players are trying to do the same. Step 3, attempt to extract with all of the great loot that you've found without being killed by other players and AI-controlled enemies. Step 4, use all the loot you found to upgrade your character, your levels, and your gear. And step 5, repeat. For quite some time now, only Tarkov has truly locked down this addicting gameplay loop. But the extremely hardcore nature of the game, along with the fairly hefty price tag, has locked out many players from giving the genre more than a short go. The Cycle Frontier is looking to change that. From the get-go, the cycle is so much simpler than Tarkov to understand and get into as a new player. The game gives you a nice tutorial and an introduction to the world of Fortuna 3, where the Cycle Frontier takes place, before giving you some good direction on how you can actually begin your first expeditions. Similar to Tarkov, you put together a loadout consisting of a weapon or two, along with a backpack, armor, helmet, and any extra tools and utilities and consumables that you want to take into the world with you. You do all this from a space station that acts as an overworld hub that holds all of the activities and prep you can do outside of your main expeditions. This area is a joy to explore and get immersed in, rather than going down the Tarkov route of putting everything outside of raids behind hard to navigate menus, hard to understand lists, and just in general lots of areas with very little personality. On the space station, you'll find the trading companies, which are essentially the traders that supply you with objectives known as contracts that you can complete in your expeditions, which are the equivalent of the tasks in Tarkov. There's currently 3 different trading companies in the game, and by completing their contracts, you level up each company to gain access to special company-specific weapons. The weapons can then be modified with many different attachments to craft them into your preferred killing machine. The awesome weapon variety you can acquire, along with the personalities of the trading companies and the overall look of the ship and the game as a whole, really reminds me of the Borderlands series, which happens to be one of my favourite franchises. That might have something to do with why I love this game so much. Anyway, after you've chosen your loadout, grabbed some contracts, and maybe even invited a friend along to join, you can jump down onto the planet's surface into an expedition. When you land, you'll be greeted with the vibrant, expansive world of Fortuna 3. The map features a bunch of named places of interest, or POIs as I'll call them, and structures akin to Battle Royale games, each ranked with a different level of threat. Higher threat means scarier, beefier aliens to challenge you, but also far rarer and more valuable loot on offer. And where there's rare loot, you're also likely to find a bunch of other players who won't be too happy with you running off with what they came for. So really, the decision on what you do in the expedition is completely up to you. You could head to some POIs in search of a specific bit of loot that you need for a contract. You could journey to some of the special rare areas that are only accessible using key cards that you found in previous raids. Or sometimes you could let every other player in the game go and find the loot for you, and then you can go and kill them all on sight. Whatever you choose, one rule stands. If you die, you lose everything you have on you. Except for things that you're storing in your pockets, which is a very small area in your inventory, and you can't keep much in there at all near the start of the game, so you're basically losing everything if you die in this game. In order to keep everything you found in the raid, you need to head to one of the 2 marked extract points, call in your ship, and get on it before it takes off. This is, by far, the scariest point of a game that's already so tense. In comparison to Tarkov, where you can extract in complete silence, in the cycle, everyone around that area can see your ship coming in, so they know you're trying to extract with some sweet loot. It is prime time for enemies to come and completely mess up your expedition, so you better be ready for a fight. And that 20 to 30 seconds that I have to spend waiting for my ship to come, along with the 10 to 15 seconds I then spend on the ship waiting for it to take off, are some of the most tense seconds of gaming that I've had in ages. Now let me clarify something for new players here. This game isn't easy. Earlier I said the game was simpler than Tarkov, but simpler does not mean easier. Whilst basically all of the complex systems from Tarkov have been simplified in some way in the cycle, the game is still incredibly punishing, as games in this genre should be. Guns kill really quick, the AI monsters kill you quick, your stamina's limited so you can't just full sprint everywhere, and the sound you make while moving is really loud, so you need to be careful as you navigate the map because there could be an enemy around any corner. I played a session in the previous beta and I died probably 8 times in a row until I had to just take a step back and say, man, I need to get my head screwed on a bit more. I'm extremely happy that the devs have kept this hardcore punishing nature that the game needs while making it accessible to newer players of the genre. Without the feeling of true threat throughout the raid, the essence of the genre would be completely lost. It's hard to not look at this growing genre that's been carved out by Escape from Tarkov and compare it to the earlier stages of the Battle Royale genre. Arma 3 Battle Royale and the incredibly popular PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds were the first record-breaking Battle Royale games on the market. But we all know what happened when a little game known as Fortnite came along and decided to shake things up in that genre. Similar to how Fortnite took the Battle Royale genre by storm, I really feel like the cycle can grow into something great within its survival looter-shooter genre. By detaching the genre from the immersive and realistic setting that Tarkov has, the developers can be even more creative in the features and the goodies that they add to the game during its lifecycle. When PUBG was dominating Battle Royales by keeping some level of a realistic setting, Fortnite was able to attract a far wider audience of different ages and preferences because they would constantly add eye-catching, fun, and creative new features and items that kept pushing the boundaries of the Battle Royale genre, whilst offering players completely new ways to play and loads of funny moments along the way. The Cycle Frontier is definitely set to be able to do the same. Currently entering its second beta stage, the Cycle Frontier is doing a hell of a lot right, and I can't wait to see how this game develops. So go ahead, check it out on Steam right now. You can just search it up and request access to the beta so you can jump right in when the beta is available and have as much fun as I've had so far with this awesome experience. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. If you have enjoyed my overview of the Cycle Frontier, then make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, along with guides for a bunch of different games coming out very soon. It's been 4 Dave. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.